2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Washington, the home of the Wizards, the Verizon Center. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. On the wings, Korver and Carroll. And it's Teague in at the one spot. In transition, here come the Wizards. Beal's running. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about. See how he used the rim to protect the ball perfectly from the defender on that reverse.
Marcin Gortat, the Polish hammer. Steve, we like him. I know, the 57th pick back in 2005.
He's just a quality starting center in the NBA. 6'11", center, can score and defend. Really a good pickup for Washington.
Offensive rebound. Moves back up. And it's good.
It's a great play under the boards for him. And, you know, that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
And Gortat got his rebounding back up last season. A consistent double-double guy in the middle. And he turned 30 last season. Still very much in the prime of his career.
Jenkins, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. Nice hops and determination that time. Clark to get to the rim.
We know he can bounce, and right there an example of how dangerous he is when he's got a path to the hoop.
And you love the versatility, guys. Being a point guard, and in this situation, they tack on 2 more points, expanding the lead in a pretty deflating way for the defense. And Gortat, a strong finisher inside, can shoot out to about 15 feet. He can do a lot worse at the center position. The key for him is just staying healthy.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Beal can't get it to go.
Well, he's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
That's good.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Now here's Wall. Into Nene. He feeds it to Gortat.
Al Horford, the Dominican big man, won 2 titles with that great University of Florida team. Actually, back-to-back titles in 06 and 07. You really love his skill level. There's not much he can't do. He gets up and down. He's a terrific passer, and his mid-range jumper is spot on.
Washington making some changes. Seraphin comes in for Gortat. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Pierce. Seraphin dishes to Porter. Millsap with the double team. Count that one. Wall's got his second basket of the game. And Steve, for Horford, consistently a threat from mid-range. It's curious that he has struggled at the free throw line the last couple seasons.
Yeah, it must be something mental, because you think about what a good shooter he is from the outside. Some people have even thought maybe he should shoot threes from time to time. But the free throw line struggles, that's something that's bothered a lot of people over the years, and usually it's a mental block of some sort. A nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's a steal.
Butler, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Rand's checked in.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
Fast break, the Hawks. Teague's got the ball. The 3 from Korver. Washington leading now by 3. From downtown. Shot's good by Butler. Butler's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And a lot of times his first quarter seems to dictate how big of a role he plays later on, and he's off to the good start.
Teague can't hit.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Sessions checked in for John Wall. Pero Antich, he's checked in for the Hawks. Mike Scott comes in for John Jenkins.
You have to give the Hawks a lot of credit for what they did last season. They knew they were going to lose some players and have to hit the reset button and recalibrate a bit, but they did so quite smoothly.
For the Hawks, Muscala comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Schroeder in for Teague. Nene kicks to Butler. And he gets the bucket. Butler's got 5.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Scott can't get it to go.
Already they find themselves in a hole here, having problems getting into a rhythm or a good flow.
Sessions passes to Nene. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Schroeder kicks to Scott. Here's the 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Back to Butler. With the fadeaway. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Beal's checked in for Washington. And then for Atlanta. Damari Carroll comes in for Mike Scott. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Kyle Corbin. They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Wizards making a switch here. Pierce is checked in. Bazemore dishes to Carroll. Blocked. Here's Schroeder. He's covered by Sessions. Goes up again. And Antich gets it to go.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
As he should. That's a good decision. When he gets a clean look, he's got to take it.
Now here's Pierce. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it. And
that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Washington calls timeout.
Yeah, he is none too pleased with the play of his club out there, and it looks like they need a little time to get things sorted out here.
I don't know of any coaches that would be too happy if they just saw their team give up a run like this one.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Now Wall. Off with the layup.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
And down it goes, jamming that one home. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely, those dunks.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And Steve and Clark and I are refreshed and ready to go here as well. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
And I thought they built this lead mainly because of their work on the glass. They really dominated the rebounding totals.
And it takes an effort from all 5 guys to get a rebounding advantage like that. Everybody has to rebound the ball. That's how you finish off your defense.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for Atlanta, Karawanchik out there with Muscala. Then it's Damari Carroll. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Schroeder in at the point. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Atlanta Hawks, a team that looks to spread the floor with shooting. Coach Mike Budenholzer said, we don't want to just be a three-point shooting team. We want to get to the rim first. By creating that space, we give our guards and our bigs a chance to attack. If the paint is taken away, we'll look for our shooters. Good strategy, Kevin.
Coach Bud coming from San Antonio, Doris. The Hawks trying to create that same kind of spacing. Passes it to Carroll. Out to the right wing. Shot denied. They get it back. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Pierce is checked in for Porter. And Rasul Butler's subbed in for Beal. Paul Millsap's checked in for Atlanta. Pierce wide open. He fires. Off target from three-point range.
Karawanchik, nice find for the Atlanta Hawks last season. He signed as a rookie free agent, but he's a veteran with over a decade of professional experience in Europe. Also a captain of the Macedonian national team.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Millsap. It's rebounded by John Wall.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic. Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
And Clark, talking about Onic, 6'11", 260, plays smart D, and can space the floor from three-point range.
Yeah, he shot around 33% from the three-point line last season. If he can keep that up, I think with his size, there's a place for him here in the NBA shooting it like that.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Gortat's checked in for the Wizards. And a change for the Hawks. Teague's checked in. There's the dish to Carroll. And he gets it to go. Carroll's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Gortat with the screen for Wall. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Paul Pierce, a 16-year veteran, and last season his first not in a Celtics uniform. It took some getting used to, both for him and for us.
For the Hawks, Al Horford is checked in for Karawanchik. And it's Scott in for Damari Carroll. Fires top of the key. That's good on the jump shot.
Well, I doubt that was the plan there on that trip, guys, but they did get the shot to go.
Wizards leading by 4.
Well, you just had to love the reception for Pierce and KG in their first game back in Boston. No surprise there. The fans there, some of the best in the league, and they showered those guys with tremendous love, cheers, and appreciation. Well deserved for what they've contributed as Celtics and certainly as NBA.
Teague, the pass to Millsap. Here's Horford, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Horford's got his first basket.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Here's Teague. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. Teague's got 8 points.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And Steve, no less than the great Celtic John Havlicek dubbing Paul Pierce as the greatest one-on-one scorer in Celtics history.
Yeah, the 10th overall pick back in 1998. What a find. I mean, you could argue that he and Dirk Nowitzki were the two best players drafted that night.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Pierce. Bradley Beal comes in for Butler. And it's Bynum in for John Wall. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. The Wizards have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. It's Bynum with the drive. They get it again. Here's Gortat, and they're able to recover. And the shot no good, a bit short. Hawks have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, thank you. As you know, Jeff Teague is starting to enter the upper ranks among point guards in the NBA, and he credits Coach Budenholzer for a lot of his growth. Teague said he always tells me, be aggressive. That is the only way I want you to play. When your coach is telling you that, there is no way you can't be successful. Kevin?
Well, he seems to be pushing the right buttons, Doris. Thanks. Inside. He's looking for Porter and finds him. And there's Will Bynum on the assist from Porter. Bynum's got himself on the board with 3 there. Horford with a screen on Bynum. Here's Teague. No good. And Washington the other way now.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, the wise move would be to find themselves a quick shot right away.
Off the left rim and out. The Hawks trailing. That's a 2 from Korver. And it's Humphries with the rebound. Humphries has got his 4th rebound in this one. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Nene, he's checked in for Chris Humphries. Washington has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Bynum. Gortat with the screen for Bynum. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Got it off in time. Oh, the buzzer beater. And we're through 2 here in a good one. It's Atlanta as they wrap up the second quarter with a massive 16-7 run. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
You know, he spoils us with his performances game in and game out, and so far, just another big scoring night for him.
Typically, when he puts up that many points in the first half, he's going to follow it up with a better second half. We'll see if that happens here.
The Hawks leading.
It was predicted by many, and I count myself amongst those who felt the Wizards would take a nice step forward and be one of the surprise teams in the East, and they certainly didn't disappoint.
Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. Nene down low with Gortat. And it's Pierce in the small forward position. That's Randy Whitman's 5 as we get into the second half. Feeds it to Carroll. All sorts of time. Good. Carroll's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hawks. Wizards guys ended 5th in the conference. And as you guys are talking about, a lot of people called that heading into the season. That was their projection for it.
Well, injuries derailed their 2013 campaign, Kevin, and they just seemed like a team ready to break out, and break out they did. I mean, 33 wins against the rest of the East. They jumped into that playoff picture.
And Wall kicks to Nene. Pierce dishes the Wall. Looking for Gortat. He gets it there. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. 8 points for Marcin Gortat.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the 3rd quarter. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Gortat with the screen for Wall. The Hawks, another fast break opportunity here. Korver passes to Millsap.
Well, Paul Millsap has said he doesn't feel undersized anymore with the way the league is going, but more emphasis now on spreading the floor, so Millsap fits in easier. He can always find somebody to guard.
And Washington making a change here. Butler's checked in. And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. The Wizards making the playoffs last season for the first time in the last 6 years, playing around 500 basketball. Steve, what's the upside for this team in your opinion?
Well, their depth and history of injuries have to be a concern, Kevin. I mean, in the East, they'll remain a playoff team, but a contender for the title, I don't know.
Atlanta leading by 3. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Big time is right, Clark. A lot of momentum here offensively.
And the foul on Paul Pierce. That is his first foul of the game.
And, you know, part of the depth issue for the Wizards is they struggled to find difference makers in the draft. Aside from taking John Wall first overall back in 2010, their selections have more than often left a bit to be desired.
They're rolling now. 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
Wall sets a screen for Pierce. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, you look at some of the best picks in Wizards history. Earl the Pearl Monroe, Wes Unseld. Great players, but not as many great picks. And that's frankly why this has been one of the NBA's less successful teams over the years.
Will Bynum, he's checked in for the Wizards. Atlanta also making some changes here. Kent Bazemore is checked in for Korver. And it's Teagan for Dennis Schroeder. Here's Gortat. Now the pass to Nene. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Porter's checked in for Washington. Teague with the ball. Now guarded by Gortat. That's good from Horford on the assist by Teague. 6 points for Horford.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively. Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Hawks have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. That free throw, no good.
Kent Bazemore, undrafted back in 2012, he caught on with the Golden State Warriors after an impressive summer league. And while he didn't play a ton of minutes, he caught national attention for his enthusiasm on the bench.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Serafin comes in for Gortat. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Butler. And it's slammed in by T. Clark, some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow. Not much doubt about that over-the-back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
Well, as a coach, that kind of turnover just drives you nuts.
And that's because it should never happen, Steve. I mean, it just shouldn't.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half is carried right over into the second.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points.
And Bazemore traded at the deadline last season from the Golden State Warriors to the Lakers in exchange for Steve Blake.
Really liked his game in college, and he played extensive minutes for the Lakers. I think it's pretty clear that he belongs in the NBA. He just has to cut down his turnovers, but he's a nice two-way player. The defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Washington calls timeout. Now the Hawks not just competitive, but also with some financial flexibility. That's been a goal with their front office.
And they put themselves, Kevin, in a good position. And this is a team that I think can make some moves going forward.
Washington making a change here. Wizards trail by 10. We've got 1:48 left to play in the third. To the wing on the left. Webster with the screen for Porter. Knocked away. And stolen by Scott. Shot's good. And now a 12-point Hawks lead.
A turnover at one end and bang, a bucket at the other. There have been a few of those quick turnarounds here today.
Yeah, there's no defense for a fast break opportunity. You have to take care of the ball in order to allow your defense to set up. And the Hawks, in creating their cap space, had to part company with some of their star talent. Joe Johnson, Josh Smith. You know, that's their 2 leading scorers in consecutive seasons. Moving on, and yet they've stayed on the winning track.
And the shot is good. 6 points for Nene.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Muscala. Floats one. That's good.
Beautiful awareness to find a teammate behind the defense in transition.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession.
Well, I tell you what, you have to be impressed with the resiliency of this Hawks team. Losing Johnson and Smith, then Horford goes down to a serious injury, and yet they've battled through and really in many cases have exceeded expectations.
And Washington making a change here. Butler's checked in.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Butler on the wing. Sessions sets the pick for Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Teague on the double team. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Jacks up a 3. What a play. Simply drains it in. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Hawks lead by 15. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. 4th quarter on the court for the Hawks. Schroeder is up there with Kyle Korver. Then it's Parawantic. Then there's Scott. And it's Muscala in the power forward. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
There's the feed to Porter. Here's Nene. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Nene's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Washington.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
Schroeder kicks to Scott. All sorts of time. That one off the back iron and out. Here's Wall. And he jams it with authority.
Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game. Chris Humphries has checked in for Washington. Pierce comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Damari Carroll's checked in for Scott. Beal can't get it to go.
It's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
And the 3 off target. Wizards trail by 11. It's Beal on the wing. Outside, Wall. And the powerful one-handed slam. That could give him a huge injection of energy, Clark.
And Kevin, that's exactly what they need right now. They've got to close the gap.
Forget about that for a second. How about the burst to the bucket for a point guard? Boy, he can power those down.
With the runner. Pass to Carroll. Shot clock at 6. The 10-footer. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Paul Pierce.
Damari Carroll last season a consistent starter for the first time in his NBA career. Hey, he really turned the corner with his three-point shot, providing a great complement to his high-energy play.
Gortat's checked in for the Wizards. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Horford's checked in.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
And Carroll known as the junkyard dog for his hustle style.
Really an athletic energy guy, Kevin. I mean, he can rebound, he runs, he finishes around the rim. Always a hard worker. So no surprise that he's been able to expand his game to be more complete offensively.
Wall sets a screen for Pierce. Rebound, Atlanta. Horford's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Korver for 3.
It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
Left side, Wall. That's good. Wall's got 19 points.
Yeah, he's been the key cog in their offense with the way he shot the ball.
His percentage today beyond impressive. Certainly not his fault the score is what it is.
Schroeder dishes to Carroll. Off target with his 3.
He's their top rebounder. He's doing an excellent job on the glass today.
Well, I tell you what, I love the effort he's shown on the boards today, Steve. It's been fantastic.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Gortat. 11 rebounds and 12 points.
Tell you what, this guy is just an unstoppable force, guys.
There's been nothing they can do to stop him.
Gortat never really felt at home in Phoenix, it seemed, but he got a lot of his bounce back to his step when he was traded to the Wizards, where he was really a great fit alongside that young backcourt.
Horford gets the bucket. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Ball passes to Gortat. Stolen by Schroeder. A finish.
Wow, what a throwdown. Yes. Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow.
Boy, nice one-man fast break on that one.
It sure was a stylish finish to cap it off, too.
Pierce kicks to Gortat. Goes back up. Humphries with the bucket. The Hawks leading by 13. Here's Schroeder. In the corner, Horford with it. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Will Bynum is checked in for John Wall. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Paul Millsap's checked in for Muscala. John Jenkins comes in for Damari Carroll. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Teague in for Schroeder.
What an outstanding pass in transition for the easy two.
Bynum dishes to Humphries. Gortat inside. And Beal kicks to Pierce. Shot clock at 6. And again, Washington no good.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
Horford has a wide open look. Here's Millsap. A stupendous finish in traffic. And the Hawks lead by 17.
And there it is again. That's where their points have been coming today, from the low post.
And even under pressure in tight, they've maintained their concentration and converted their opportunities.
Beal the pass to Bynum. And it falls over the rim and in.
And this is what they wanted, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. And I think it can be considered a statement win for the Hawks.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. Clark, I think that was a big part of their success.
I love the way they scored fast break points tonight here. It was a key factor in coming out on top.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
And it's Gortat finishing it off.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
Bynum with the steal. Here we go with Bynum running it up the court. And that one's good.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
The Hawks have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Teague with the ball. Now Beal defending.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
And I think this is going to be too much to overcome, Clark. What do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you.
He misses the free throw.
Chris Humphries.
He hits the second from the line. "20 seconds left in the fourth. The Hawks have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Here's Horford. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one.